Assalamu alaikum and greetings everyone. On behalf of Open Toronto, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our event today featuring Jabran Niaz, the CEO of Utopia Deals. Jabran founded Utopia Deals with his brother Adnan Niaz barely 10 years ago. In this short time, thanks to the brothers' laser focus on technology and customer satisfaction, Utopia Deals has rocketed to be among the top 5 sellers on Amazon, with annual sales in excess of over 400 million US dollars. Jabran will be sharing Utopia Deals' fascinating story with you at Open Toronto today. For those of you who don't know, Open is the organization of Pakistani entrepreneurs and professionals. Open was started in 1998 in Boston by 8 friends of Pakistani origin who felt the need for a trusted network of entrepreneurs and professionals to assist the Pakistani diaspora improve their chances of success in their new communities. This was a successful formula, and since 1998, Open has grown to over 14 chapters across North America, Europe, and yes, even Pakistan. Open Toronto being the only Canadian chapter. My name is Salik Suleiman Malik, and I am the president of Open Toronto. We regularly hold events such as today's, which feature exciting speakers who share their entrepreneurial or professional journeys in order to educate and inspire our audience. At Open Toronto, we are keenly looking forward to the end of the pandemic so we can resume our in-person gatherings. Till then, please stay well and stay safe and enjoy these online events. You are welcome to visit our website at opentoronto.org to learn more about us. A big thank you to Open Toronto's Nadeem Hashmi and our events committee who put together today's event. And a big thank you to our featured speaker, Jabran Niaz, CEO of Utopia Deals, for kindly giving us this opportunity and being so generous with his time. Ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a fascinating talk. Over to you, Nadeem.
Thank you very much, Salik. Hello, everyone. My name is Nadeem Hashmi. I am your host and moderator for today's session. A quick introduction about myself. I am co-founding charter member at Open Toronto, CEO at Geoviz Inc., co-founder and partner at Lumensoft Technologies. Let me quickly introduce you to the Digital Transformation Cluster. That's an initiative of Open Toronto, which hosts a series of events with special focus on digital transformation. We are passing through the 4th industrial revolution, and every business feels the pressure to effectively use the technology, despite knowing the technology buzzwords like AI, blockchain, design thinking, IoT, edge computing, AR, VR, robotics, so on and so forth, but we hardly understand how to effectively use these technologies in the businesses. So the million-dollar question is how your business can leverage technology effectively to create an edge over the competition. And the answer is not simple, because technology is changing exponentially, and we can see the change every passing day. That is where Open Toronto DX came forward to bring better answers to the community by inviting the leading entrepreneurs for different industry verticals, sharing their failures and successes with a special focus on digital transformation. All the DX sessions have a special focus on how technology can help in reducing costs of doing business, reduce errors, enhance the business agility and quality of products and services. Under the DX cluster, we are putting an organized effort by involving the industry leaders to lead each industry, sharing their latest insights and trends, and bringing more leaders to the group. So far, we have 4 industry leads, and I'm leading the group. And lead of government is Juzair Ali, Director of Innovation and Technology, Government of Ontario. Lead for energy is Faisal Qazi, CEO and President Siemens Limited Canada. Lead for supply chain is Khalid Nazim, who is supply chain management leader, Honeywell Canada. And lead for e-commerce is Jabran Niaz. Thanks to him that he came forward and showed his interest to lead that industry vertical. and he's our speaker today as well. So our previous two sessions were on digital transformation in the energy sector, which is electric grid of the future. And another one was by Juzair Ali, government as a platform. So with these events happening, and if you want to get the latest updates from Open, I would request you to subscribe to Open Toronto channel, which is a YouTube channel. And for digital transformation specific discussions, join the LinkedIn group that is shown on your screen. I will be sharing the links to both of these group and the channel shortly. And just before starting today's session, here are a few housekeeping items. Please feel free to write questions in the chat, which is a Zoom chat during the session, and I'll try to ask as many questions as possible on your behalf during the Q&A session. Please keep your mics on mute during the session. Last but not least, this session is being recorded. So for privacy's sake, you can keep your cameras off. And now, without any further ado, I would like to welcome Mr. Jabran Niaz, CEO, Utopia Deals. Jabran.
Thanks a lot for allowing me the time to talk to you guys and share our success story. This is an interesting journey. Last 10 years is remarkable for us. We have done a lot of interesting things. So I'm going to take this meeting as an opportunity to share how we reached there, what we experienced, and how from nowhere we end up as one of the major player in e-commerce world. I'm gonna just start sharing I have a slideshow, so I'm going to share that. Let me first share my screen. So, uh, so, so let me introduce ourselves. Basically in our leadership team, it's me and my brother Adnan Niaz. Adnan Niaz, we both founded this in 2010. Just want to share a little bit of our background so you can relate with our experience and what kind of mindset we were when we started this. So Adnan did his BS in computer science from Karachi University in 2001. He did his MS in computer science from Aalborg University in Denmark in 2004, and then he uh, uh, then he then he worked in a technology sector during different media companies and financial sector. So he worked a little bit in Denmark and then moved to USA around 2006, and then he worked in Barclay, Bank of America, and some media companies. My background is actually very similar. There is only small differences. So I did my BS in computer science from FAST in 2002. Then I did my MS in computer science from FAST in 2004. And then I moved to USA in 2005, and then I worked with Exa Financials, Bank of America, and some media companies. So I worked in these companies for 10 years, where I learned how to work in a mid-size organization and a large-size organization. So all this experience really helped us when we started this business around 2010. And of course, when we started this in 2010, there was some overlap. We're doing both the things together. So I'll just
hear me?
Yes.
I'll interrupt you. Your presentation is stuck. We cannot see the full screen presentation. If you can please fix that, that would be awesome.
You can't see. Oh,
I think you have to press the option in the drop down.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, perfect. Yep.
Okay. I don't know what stopped it, but I'll continue.
No
Okay. Okay, so I'll jump to the next slide. So just want to give you a little bit information like where we sell, what we sell. So we 60% of our business in USA. In USA, we are roughly top 5 seller. This is not an official Amazon number. This is based on a independent company that maintains seller ratings. So in Canada, we are actually the biggest seller. And we also doing quite great in Europe and UK and other countries. So, but primarily we sell at Amazon. We don't sell at any, our market share in other markets is other areas are much smaller. So we are very focused on Amazon. Um, so some people sell other company products, they call resellers. So we, companies like us, they are called brands because we design our products and we sell the products in our own brand. So our brands are like Utopia bedding, Utopia towels. These two brands are focused on like bedding and towels. And as an independent seller, which is not like Amazon or a big giant like Walmart, as independent seller, this brand is actually potentially US biggest or potentially world's biggest a brand by a seller, uh, not like a marketplace owner, or not like, of course Amazon have bigger brands, but as a seller, this is probably US largest brand for sure, but potentially world's largest bedding and towels brand we created. And in last, over these years, we probably sold more than 50 million products. So if you just check North America and Europe population, so every household at some point might have purchased our product roughly. So we probably reached to every house in North America and and to many houses in UK and Europe. So these are our brands. I don't know if you know any one of them, but they pretty much reach every household in US and Canada so far. What kind of products we sell? So we sell a very large variety of products. I just mentioned some of the bigger products. So our one of the top selling products are like pillows, and we also sell comforters, quilts, mattress pads. We are quite big in bed sheets. We are doing great in towels, and we are doing mattress protectors and mattress encasements, those waterproof mattress encasements that people use. We sell some of the garments. We make many home goods that are made of plastic. We sell blankets, and we sell cookware and personal care products. So these are just major categories, but we have more than 5,000 SKUs of all different kinds of products that we sell in different sizes, colors, styles. Um, so another interesting, important aspect about us is that out of these products, right now, 80% of the products we manufacture in-house. So not only we sell all these products in these markets, but we also manufacture these products in our factory in Pakistan right now. And all this is done in last 2 years, where we have built infrastructure and set up manufacturing units to make these products. And all these are diversified products. They are, each one of them have a different workflow, different manufacturing cycle. So we were able to successfully manufacture most of these products in a house. That really helped us boost in recent days. So I'll get into more details in later slides. Let me get to the next slide. Okay, so in terms of our growth, right? So in 2011, we started, in 2010, we started the very first year. We had, when we started this, we had about 200,000, sorry, $200,000 sale. Then the next year we have like 500,000, then we had 1 million. And then the following year we had 5 million, then we reached 10 million. Then we reached 29 million, 87 million, and then 120, 137, 180. And last year we did about 306 million. And right now, I mean, if I calculate for last 12 months, we did almost 360 million. If I use last 12 calendar months, and our exports from our manufacturing company is 40 million. So 360 plus 40 altogether right now, are both manufacturing and US sales are about 400 million. And our projected US sales only are roughly 400. And then maybe we will be able to do roughly $80 million exports for 2021. So altogether, we might hit 500 million, hopefully by the end of this year. Okay, so uh, I mean, many people have done this. Many people have done great stuff in their own areas, but a lot of people are interested, like, about the journey, like how you did this, right? What things influenced you? How you end up here? Why? How you decided? What was your plan? So I'll just go about it like so. when I graduated for my master's, I completed my master's in 2004. When I graduated, and my brother also finished his, and he was in Denmark that time. That time, my father had a very small business, and he was making some towels, uh, and at that time his business was facing major losses, and I think a couple of his suppliers got, a couple of his buyers went bankrupt, and he had major setbacks in his business. And that is the time I graduated. So at that time I had to decide that whether I'm going in a professional career or I'm getting into the family business, right? So the business was in huge debt, it was completely chaos. So my first early bad experience was that as soon as I started my career, I was completely disappointed going into the business, and it's like I don't want to do business in my career, and I would just want to pursue with my professional career. So in 2005, I came to USA. I, like everyone else, I did an odd job, and then eventually, after doing hundreds of interviews here and there, I landed up somewhere in a technology, find a relevant software job, and I started doing the job, and things were great, and cleared the debts of the business, then settled down. It took 3 to 4 years, and then got married, and got a house, and I was settled, right? I was once I start getting into technology, salary was good, life was good, there was no complaints. So by the time 2010, my parents, they used to visit us, they start visiting us from Pakistan. So when my parents were here, my mom and dad was here. So my mom was not happy because my father was retired, and she wanted to engage him in some business, and we used to laugh about it. So when my mom pushed too much, that why don't you get your dad busy in something. So what we did is we had about $6,000 worth of goods in Pakistan. We brought them in USA, and we thought, okay, we'll probably sell it to someone in and probably start a business, right? So we reached out to many people, we had no success. We eventually find some office in Brooklyn where we find a buyer. We met him in the office. He was really nice guy. We sold all the goods to him. He sent a truck. We loaded the goods. He picked up the goods, but he didn't pay for it. So we kept reaching out to him. Then we realized that he's running some kind of a fraud, and he did it with many people. So that was the first big shock. Uh, and then and and before that, when we received these goods, we were just storing them in our basement, right? So that was the place where we used to play table tennis with my father and my brother. So after we stored the good in our basement, our fun was gone. In the winter, we cannot play table tennis, and that's the only limited activities you can find in the New York in the winter. So we just tried our best to sell them quickly, but we lost all our money. So we said, okay, we're not going to do this ever again. So after that, uh, uh, my my mother said again, okay, do something. So we start finding some company. We said, this time we're not going to sell anyone at credit. We go to Alibaba, talk to many people. There was one buyer from our community. He said, okay, why don't you export me a 20-foot container? So we made a 20-foot container, about $20,000 value. We made the goods, we sent them in the goods. And when the good was about to arrive to the port, he said, oh, I cannot release the goods, I have no money, I have some financial crisis all of the sudden. And we met him in the office. He had a nice office, he was nice guy, looks like a gentleman, but so we don't know how to clear the goods because it was sent on his name, and at that time we don't know much about the international business, how it works in these kind of situations. So and we were very busy in our job. So what we did, we say, you know what, we're going to release it. Once he receive it, he's going to eventually pay, and then we start making trips to him to get our money back. So he, after many months, he sold like 40% of the goods, and he still had 60% of the goods. He said, you know what, I'll give you a favor, I'll return your goods, and we are settled. So I said, okay, at least we recover 60% of our goods. And so again, those goods end up back in our basement, and now our table tennis fun is gone again, right? So that's like, we said, okay, at least we got our goods back, but now the winter fun is gone, we cannot play table tennis in our basement. So this time we made a commitment that we're not going to give our goods to anybody without they pay us upfront, right? So we made many effort. We tried. We reached out to many people. Some people buy few towels, but how you gonna sell like few hundred boxes, right? So I used to sell some coins on eBay or some books on eBay. So or so so I what I did is I listed some products on eBay. They start selling. So when they start selling, we were happy that we were selling 10 or 15 packs of towels a day. But when it started to reach like 30 number, we were like, we are highly paid software consultants and we have to pack 20, 30 boxes every day in the night after we come back from work. And we have kids and family to take care of. So that become a hassle. So we did it for a while, but eventually we learned about Amazon. So what Amazon offered was that you can send them the goods and they will pick and pack for the customer. So we when we were left with little bit inventory, we sent it to Amazon. We listed our products on Amazon. They all got sold, and eventually we got rid of those goods. So we were happy. At least we are done with this. Then our father said, why don't you do this? I mean, you don't have to pick and pack now. Amazon will do it. Why don't you really try it for good? So we really don't want you to do it. And he said that maybe one day you will leave your job when you have a good business. And we both of us, both me and my brother, start laughing because we were highly paid consultants. We told him like, I can get a $10,000 project and finish it in 2 weeks in technology. How I'm gonna make that kind of money in this business while I'm making $3 packing a box that takes me like 15 minutes to finish. So again, I mean, we listen to him. He's our dad, so whatever he says is the final word. So we imported. So that's how we started. So that's how we started in 2011. We start importing. That was our first year. We did like $200,000 sales, and then so in this business we never started with any investment. It was our couple of months savings that we started. So we didn't have much expenses. So whatever we earned, we saved. So we started with our savings and then we start selling. So business continued to grow. I mean, Amazon was great. So whatever we put there. So since our background was in technology, it was much natural for us to take pictures. It was easy for us to like enhance pictures, fix the colors, make the pictures, make really good pictures for Amazon. So we were good at that. We were good at listings. We know how the search engine works. So we know how to put the keywords in title and everything else. So a lot of things were natural for us as software developers. So and we were trying to solve every problem with technology. So we use technology a lot, and for about 4 years we did this part-time until we reached a sale of almost $10 million, when the business profits were almost 10 times of my income. So in 2014 I left my job because I realized that I can just keep doing this at a larger scale, and we set up our office in Pakistan in 2014. So I mean, I was good at technology, but I was not very good at management. So I only ran a team of 3 or 4 or maybe 6 people until that point, right? I never managed like a full-fledged business, right? But I work with overseas team a lot, so I thought it's easy. But that experience, we had some success and some setbacks too. I had a vision that if I hire like top graduates from IBA, FAST, and I can teach them anything quickly and they learn. So that strategy partially worked, but a lot of fresh graduate had unrealistic expectations and they really wanted to switch their job in early career. So we really invested a lot of money in some people. We sent them on international trips, on trade shows. We trained them, but eventually some of them left. So that really, all the investment we did on those people didn't work very well. So we learned with time. One of the bigger mistake I did at that time was I didn't start it with a good HR. So that was a big lesson learned for me. Now, when I do other business, I know that if I start a business, the first person I will hire is the very good HR manager, because if you try to find people by yourself, your expertise are different. So you can't find good people. So but eventually we learned. We start with a team of 4. We went to the team of 20, and then in a couple of years in 3 to 4 years we went to the team of about like 100. So that was doing great. And important part was that, and even we were doing like almost $28 million in a year, we were only 4 people because we were writing software for everything. For customer communication, if I have to write a one-page email, I had multiple buttons that will just put customer name, the customized message. Same thing to see the profits, daily sale, lot of different things. We were building software behind it to make our life easy. Even we have to deal with like 500 SKUs. We had a software that you can quickly see what items sold on what day and how much was the profit and how much was the inventory on that day and what were the issues or if the product was active or inactive. So we were still doing a lot of technology, and that was making us work with very few people. So so in 2013 to 17, we saw exceptional growth. Those years, the sales jumped from 1 million to 5 million, 5 to 10, 10 to 29, and then 29 to 87. And that was because that time the Amazon e-commerce market was exploding, and and then it was going crazy. So whatever you put, whatever product you list there, it just sells like hotcake. So but eventually a lot of people start selling on Amazon, and now Amazon market in 2018 start to become very saturated. And then there were so many sellers, so the sellers are more, buyers are less, and Amazon itself came very strongly in selling around that time. So all the profits were drained, and you cannot compete with Amazon, right? And there are so many manufacturers jumped into Amazon market, so it became extremely difficult. So we made a strategy. We thought, okay, you know what, we need to make a strategy how to fix this problem. So what we did is we built our own, we leased our own warehouses. We find warehouses at a very strategic location where we can have a very low rent. We built a very strong trucking dispatch team, logistics team that actually work directly with small truckers. So we cut down the cost of warehousing and logistic by a great deal. But we also realized that that Amazon have Amazon have 15% commission they can play with, right? It's their marketplace. So even after at least 10 to 12% commission they have, so they can sell at 10 to 12% lower, still lower than us. And most of the products we were selling very well. So we were competing directly with Amazon brands or other very competitive sellers. So what we did is we started building infrastructure for our manufacturing in 2018-19. We acquired land, we built multiple factories, and then we started the construction. At that time we didn't know what to do, but we start building them. And then in 2020 we start moving our manufacturing from China to Pakistan, right? So and then and right now, as we speak, roughly 80% of our manufacturing is done in-house. So whatever we sell is now mostly made within our factories, within our within Utopia Industries. I also want to mention a couple of things that we did within this time, couple of our major failures. So in 2016, we were like, I mean, we were thinking we can do anything we want, right? So we just went, we said, okay, why don't we do something like Uber? Why don't we? So we were just thinking all kind of different ideas outside of our skill set, right? And then we tried to build a marketplace like Amazon for Pakistan. So we built a marketplace called Utopia.pk. We spent a lot of money. We built a big team. We tried it for 2 years. We lost almost $1 million there. So, and then eventually we realized that running a marketplace takes a lot more than what we have at that point, right? So we shut it down. So that was one of the major setbacks we had in this, and I'm sure there will be hundreds of other small setbacks, but this was one of the major one. Another thing we tried was we built a team, and then we wanted to build Android or iPhone games and wanted to build like a team. So we had access to a lot of money, right? We were doing really great that time. So we were like going cowboy on everything and trying to experiment everything, right? So another lesson we learned that if you are trying something new, learn in your expertise. Even though we were good developers, but if you can't give enough time and if you don't have the relevant experience, it's not easy even for us to do something like that. So that was most of the journey. I'll get to uh, the next few slides. I'll talk about uh, like what makes us really competitive, right? What is our core competency, that how we end up so high at Amazon? Because there is no other bedding brand or there is no other towel brand doing better than us. Other companies who are doing better than us are maybe selling vitamins or selling electronics or different kind of products. So what is our secret sauce, right? So how we are achieving this? So so again, technology is our core competency, right? We are every time we reached a problem. So there was a time when me and Adnan used to like see something like we have, oh, how are we going to monitor daily sales on Amazon, right? Because you have to search each product every day and then see how many sales you did, right? So by the night, Adnan can build that. Adnan can write the code and build us a couple of screens for that, right? So Adnan, I just want to a little bit tell about Adnan that he is like a super programmer. I mean, if you put world's 10th best programmer on one side and put him on the other side, I don't think they can compete with him. And I have worked with in top companies with one of the best developers, and I have never seen anyone come any close to his expertise. So we were blessed with him from technology. So he built internal software that we call Cosmos, and so where we have a product, everything related to product attributes, to sales, profit, inventory management, supply chain, ordering, reviews, listing images, price, customer communication. So we had a product dashboard where we can do all these. And then we have a marketing dashboard where we can track keywords, rating, our spending, ranking threads. So we can always adjust our marketing. So we have that technology, which is we don't use any third-party software, because 99% sellers in the market are using third-party softwares, and no one have this kind of software which is so much sophisticated. At least I can, without even knowing, I can guarantee that no one will have this level, this kind of technology. So our software, we talk with, like, let's say a big company called Channel Advisor. Their worth is in billions of dollars. They provide software for sellers. And when we look into their software, most of the feature we have, I mean, they don't have it. We have very advanced features that they are not anywhere close to those features. So we have a supply chain dashboard. So for our logistics to deliver to Amazon and make appointments and keeping our warehouse in order and managing our inventory. So our supply chain dashboard really helps us to do all that, and we have all that. One of the state of the art thing we have is our production dashboard. So let's say there is a fabric that you can make for use for sheeting, right? And the same fabric you can make you can dye in any color and make any color of sheeting, and then the same fabric you can use to make duvet cover, pillowcases, bed sheets, fitted sheets, flat sheets, comforters, all kind of products you can make from that fabric, right? So now that one fabric is being used by, let's say, 600 products, right? And the sale of those 600 products is going up and down, right? So our dashboard on at a runtime calculates how much inventory we have in our warehouse, how much inventory is at Amazon, how much inventory is in transit, and how much inventory is at manufacturing floor. And it tells you how much, which color you need to dye, if you need to produce more or not, do you need to stop your production. It tells you the exact data. So whoever is making that fabric, it tells it make more fabric or make less fabric. It tells the person who is dyeing which color to dye. So if there are 600 products and 20% of them are in white color, so it will tell, no, don't dye 20%, because we have white access in these markets. So that decision that someone will take weeks to calculate, the software is calculating it runtime for people. So basically, people who are making the fabric, people who are dyeing the fabric, people who are cutting and packing the fabric know exactly. So let's say our production team have a ready fabric on their hand, and there are 100 products they can make in a gray fabric, right? So it will tell, out of these 100 fabric, only make these 20 products this week, because we are low on inventory. After 1 month, when this product will be received in these markets, these 20 products will go out, are at the risk of going out of stock. So this is actually a just-in-time system that we are not making less product or more product, and our raw material consumption and our raw material inventory, and our product inventory is very low, which help us to work with almost 50% of the inventory that our competitors may be using when they're using third-party manufacturing. And even if they have their own manufacturing, they cannot be so comparative, or they cannot be so organized in this area. But we have a state-of-the-art system who does this for us, and that is a huge competitive edge we have. The other competency we build, and it is one of the unique competency, and it is our multi-stage margins. So when we saw that Amazon is in the game and we need to compete with Amazon, and the manufacturers are getting into the business, how are we going to compete with them, right? It's impossible. The manufacturers have lower costs. So let's say, assume hypothetically, any seller who is selling in a marketplace have a 10% margin, right? So we build multi-stage margins. So we built our own warehousing and trucking. We have our own leased warehouses and logistics team, and everything we manage in-house. So we can roughly, whatever is the product selling price, we can roughly save 3% by doing this better than others, right? Because if you use a third-party logistics, you cannot do operations so precise the way we did. Then after setting up our own manufacturing, let's say we are doing cut to pack, in that process we can save 5%. If we have dyeing and processing in house, we can save 5% in that process. And if we have knitting and weaving, we can save 5% in that process. And at least some bigger players in China and Pakistan, actually mostly China, most people have cut to pack, right? But in Pakistan, even there are some people who have these vertical setups. So to compete with even further, what we did is we manufactured our own accessory in house. That means that we will make zip in house, we will make cartons in house, we will make thread in house. So and just not these accessories, almost every single kind of accessory, including insert card, we are poly bags, PVC zipper bags, we are making now in house. So we already did this part for most part, and either they are being completed or in a process of completion, or they will be completed in the next couple of months. So we pretty much covered this area. What we are working right now is the top part. So we are planning to set up our own spinning, and then we're going to start even get into the agriculture part as well. And then we're going to save, this is shows a small number, but for investment is a big percentage. Like you can probably save 20% on the investment. But this is, I'm showing you how much is going to save us in my selling price, how much margins I'm going to cover from here. So for cotton based product, we have to do this. For polyester based product, textile product, this is the route. And of course, I mean, we have our own manufacturing. For plastic products, we have our own uh, 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 injection molding machines, and we have our own setups. So we build this core competency to make sure that we can deal with the growing competition in the market. um, I don't know if I'm taking, okay, time is fine, I think.
You're
Okay,
fine. You're fine.
yeah, okay. So the last but not the least, e-commerce is, you need the art of selling. I mean, not everyone, this is an art. I can't say everyone is not gifted in this area. So we are very blessed. Uh, the art, you need to identify the right product. We are a brand, right? So every product we sell is not like someone designed that product. So we design our product. So we have an expertise to design a product that can compete with the people who are selling that product for, let's say, 50 years, right? So you can design a product and still customer prefer our product over their product, right? So there's a product design skill. And also the area that is our real specialty is that we do product cost management. That, let's say, if a market price of a product is $3, someone can purchase, we do all those things that I mentioned, that to reduce the price to, let's say, $2.2, that we make it very difficult for us to catch up. So we design a product in such a way that we minimize the cost, but without compromising the quality. Of course, then you need a lot of skills in branding and marketing, which are the things that people who are expert in this area probably can do. Uh, okay, I'll jump to my last slide. Uh, okay, so this is what we're doing. What next? I mean, what we're gonna do from here, right? I mean, we're already doing super great. We never planned for it. We never expected this to happen, but we did this. So um, I'll just say that based on my research, right? uh, items that we are manufacturing in Pakistan right now, many of them were not manufactured before. Only China was making those products. For example, like pillows, no one is exporting like us. So many products, mattress pads or mattress protectors, especially waterproof mattress protectors, is very difficult to make, and no one was making in at least at this scale in Pakistan. So what we did is and one of the reason was that there was in excess, the raw materials are not there, right? If you want to make any polyester based product, the polyester yarn it's not there. You have to get it, you have to import it. Same thing that if you need waterproofing raw materials, that is in China. Many raw materials are only available in China at large, and that's why China is so competitive. So we want to manufacture raw materials, so we want to make polyester yarn, right? I mean, polyester yarn is a raw material, but someone is making a raw material as well, right? So we want to build an infrastructure in Pakistan where we make raw materials that are currently not made in Pakistan. For example, polyester yarn, or dyes and chemicals and other raw materials. So there is a big list of such raw materials. No one is making plastic raw materials in Pakistan, pet products or other products, right? So we want to make these kind of raw materials in Pakistan. So because we will be the consumer of these products first, so it will be logical for us that we make it, and then at least we have a customer who is us, who can buy this. So the next year we have plans to make many major raw materials in Pakistan which are not conventionally made. For example, after next couple of months, we are setting up a plant to make polyester filling, which is the filling you have in pillows and comforter. So virgin polyfill, no one is making in Pakistan right now, but we are setting up the very first plant who will be doing this in Pakistan. Similarly, we are done many new productions like waterproof products. For example, no one uh, sells cookware from Pakistan at a large scale. We are setting up cookware manufacturing in Pakistan. Similarly, uh, many traditional products like knitted tablecloths or there are huge list of products that we are now making in Pakistan that people thought that only China can make it at competitive price. Um, so I'm doing a lot of hard work in trying to figure out how to make that raw material and how we can make it. That will be very helpful for the people in Pakistan who will be then learn from our experience, or probably we can provide them the raw material so they can be competitive in the world. Uh, Machine manufacturing. So my challenge was that machines, same issue. The machines are not available. Every machine you need, you get it from China, right? I mean, China is the place where everyone buy their machines from, right? So for example, to make fabric, I need water jet looms, right? And water jet looms are primarily made in China, right? No one else can make it. And water jet loom is a very complex product. It is almost as hard as making as a car, right? So no one want to make such a complicated product. They just want to buy it, and we need like almost 500 of them. Each one is like $10,000. So it's like you have to buy a $5 million of water jet looms from China. So what I did 6 months ago, I set up I hired a team, provided them a water jet loom. We disassembled it, and we figured it out that when we started it, everyone told us like it is an impossible project. I mean, it's go and easy make a car, but making a loom cheaper than China is not possible. I have heard this at least few hundred times. For every single product I wanted to make, everyone told me you will never be able to make it lower than China. But every time I proved many people wrong, and that is because I fundamentally I believe that Pakistan have cheaper labor, Pakistan have cheaper land, Pakistan construction cost is less, and raw material I can always import. So why can't I beat their price? So they must be doing something smarter than me. Once I learned that, I can beat their price. So we disassembled it, and then we figure out each and every, there are thousands of parts in the loom. So we work with many people, we work hard. So almost a month ago, our team successfully buy part from a third party from different places, and now we assembled a water jet loom that is now running successfully. So we are able to successfully assemble a loom by joining thousands of parts. I just imagine like building a car, right? From parts, small nuts and bolts, right? So we run it now. We what we are what our R&D team did is now 80% of the parts we can we can make in Pakistan at competitive price than China, and then only 20% some electronics and some small parts we have to buy. That even every Chinese manufacturer have to buy from someone like us. So we are looking forward to start making water jet looms for the first time in Pakistan, and it will be a big deal. But we will not stop here. We will make all kinds of loom first, and we will make processing machines, and we will eventually looking forward to make all kind of machinery, because I think there are great number of talented engineers in Pakistan, and they are really underpaid. So once we build this infrastructure, we have a huge workforce who can be trained in 3 to 6 months and join us in this effort. So I'm really excited to make machines, all kinds of different machines in Pakistan, including electronics, electrical, all kinds of them. So that is something I'm really looking forward in future. I'm also we are doing completely different, right? We are completely vertical. Everything we make is in house. We are not dependent on anyone, and because of our softwares and our systems and our collaboration, because of the software, we are very cost efficient. So we can eventually look forward to expand our manufacturing to the next level, and even potentially consider the local market at some level. Also, our core competency is product design. We are a brand. We design products that we sell. So we only making, like, we do make some high tech products. We make like very complicated shaker bottles and with plastic products and some really stylish products. And at some point we were selling tablets as well, iPad like tablets. So we design. We want to have a team who can design complex products, because in countries like Pakistan, the whole economy is based on cotton-based textile products or some surgical products, which only represent the 3% of the products that people can buy. There is another 93%. So there are many high-tech products, and there are huge margins when you get into that area. And we have great team that we are building slowly, that who will design these products. So in future, we want to design more technical, more advanced products, more electrical products, more with products with more technology involved, high tech involved. So we did some products already, but we're going to slowly make our way. Of course, we don't want to take a big step. We want to learn it and then go to the next level. So that's the future plan. I think that's pretty much it from my side. Over to you, Nadeem.
Gee, thank you very much. Wow, that was an amazing journey, Jabran, and it reminds me of the case studies that I had a look at once. Basically, the Nike model, that is the distributed, subcontracted manufacturing and then assembling it in, versus the Ford strategy, and that was step by step getting directly involved in each supply chain layer until they reached the steel production through steel ores. So I think you are more tilted towards Ford strategy, and that's cool to know that. Okay, so I think there is tremendous amount of interest, and there are tons of questions coming. So I have been assembling them for you. So get ready to answer, as we request you to answer as many as you can.
Sure.
So I think the first question is that I see a lot of startups entering the e-commerce business. They have many questions related to the barrier that they are feeling in Amazon, that Amazon has created more and more barriers to entry. They feel that barrier already. So what would you, can you suggest some solid opportunities for startups that are looking forward to sell in North America or Europe or any other markets where you are selling?
Getting in mature e-commerce market is difficult, whether it's China, USA, Amazon, or any platform. I mean, I just look at it like you're trying to sell on e-commerce market. It could be Amazon, or it could be eBay, or it could be Taobao in China, or Alibaba, or AliExpress, or any platform right now. It's a global world, right? You can open a company in any country, and you can potentially sell in that country if you do it right. So entering in a mature market is not easy. So unless you really know, so first you need to learn how to sell, maybe work for someone who is selling for a while. And it used to be easy. As I said, in 2018, it got a little bit there are too many sellers entered it. So it's not that easy as it used to be when we started. So we were lucky when we started in the right time. It's difficult. So if you have some either a product that is unique or you think, but you need to do the right research with the right people, right? It's if I will not ask you to jump it without proper working, and you cannot do it like with half-heartedly. So let's say there are 10 million sellers, and the only way to make profit is, so let's say if there are 10 people selling a product, so only, or 100 people selling a product, right? So only top 3 are making profit. Most likely the 97 people in that list are most likely losing money, right? So if you have a product that you think you can do better than others, it may be unique, it may be you can manufacture it, maybe you designed it better, then maybe you can do it, right? But if you are just bringing an identical product that is in the market and someone is doing extremely good in that, it's not easy to compete with that today, because everyone knows how to sell now. There are, everyone have the same skills to sell that you will eventually learn with time, but the top sellers already know how to sell. They have almost identical skills. So in order to compete with them, you need to have something extra.
Cool. Wonderful. So there is a list of audience who are interested to know about the Amazon's decision of coming to Pakistan. I'll come to that. Just hold on for a sec.
Sure.
After asking a couple of more questions, I'll be asking that question. So this is one of the participant that asked very interesting question that do you have any plans of making environmental friendly utensils for hospitality industry?
Okay,
Like,
so I think the most best thing you can do for environment is that use less water, right? So in manufacturing, if you use less water, because the industry use a lot of water, most of the water we use as household industries use a lot more than that. Maybe a factory use a water that is consumed by 10,000 people in the day, right? So if an industry have used the machinery for processing that uses less water, and then they even further recycle that water through uh, there are reverse osmosis machines and other techniques. So we are doing that. Some of that we are already doing quite well, and we are working further in that area. So I mean, most of the stuff you hear is mostly like for marketing. Like the real thing, unless you really know what's going on in behind the scenes, is hard to know. So some of it is marketing, but yeah, water is probably something that is most important that you want to save.
cool. Okay, so I think what I see most of the startups struggling with is that when they start, they are looking forward to widen their profits somehow, but they are not able to. I think the primary struggle is that they want to know that what is the right percentage for marketing versus the cost of product versus logistics and all that. So would you like to share at a very high level the percentage of your expense on marketing versus product, cost of product versus logistics, et cetera, et cetera?
I mean, the cost of product is could be like about 40%, but there is a custom duty that you will be paid. Then there will be ocean freight you will pay on top of it, and then there will be warehousing cost you will pay, and then there will be trucking to your warehouse and to Amazon warehouse, and there will be further storage fees at Amazon, and then when the item will be delivered to customer, there will be Amazon fulfillment fees, which is shipping to customer fees, and then Amazon commission, and there will be a marketing fee. So yeah, I mean, all these things vary. I mean, some of these things are known and vary, like ocean freight vary time to time, trucking vary based on the season. Uh, the warehousing, even logistic cost can vary based on the season. I mean, if you're trying to lease a warehouse if the market is hot, you might find 20% expensive, that warehouse, or maybe it depends. A lot of things are variable here, right? So it depends. But product cost, depending on what kind of product. If it is like a mid-range product, then it's probably the product cost is about 35 to 40% of your selling price.
Right. Okay, looks like there are certain entrepreneurs from North America, and they have also plans to go to Pakistan and set up some companies over there. The question is that when you were setting up your manufacturing in Pakistan, what was your experience from government side? Did you get hampered or did you get supported? What happened?
Okay. So I find it difficult. I mean, I had difficulties in registration in the beginning. A lot of the things are now improved by the government. I heard. I haven't checked it myself, but I heard stories that now you can register companies online. You can do sales tax online. So, but in Pakistan, things eventually work out. I mean, and even if the government officials give you a hard time as compared to your overall business, it is more of a headache than a cost because the cost is not ridiculously high. But even if you get stuck somewhere, uh, the cost is very little. So, but it takes little bit time to start things. Even you start in USA, it will take time. Every country have their own challenges, right? USA will probably not let you start a warehouse until you have a approved plan, storage plan of the warehouse, right? They may you hold you for 2 months. Some China will probably stop your factory for environmental reasons, right? They may say you can only work on alternate days because you're doing too much uh, environmental issues. Too much smoke is coming out of your factory. So every country have some challenges. If I'm looking overall, like challenges in USA, challenges in China, I think right now the current situation I think is comparable. It's different challenges, not same challenges. But I will not discourage you. I will encourage you. I have more resources now to resolve those issues when I started. So for right now, nothing is a problem for me. But when I started, I had challenges. I didn't have right contacts. I didn't know a lot of things. If someone is giving me hard time, I didn't know how to complain about that person and how to get it resolved through the right set of people. So I didn't know. So I was being I had difficulties in some parts. But if you're comparing different countries, different challenges, I think it's not bad.
Well, okay, so people are thinking that you are only selling on Amazon. They want to know that are there any other channels that you sell on, and roughly percentage wise, how much revenue from Amazon and how much from other
So
channels?
I mean, it's less than 2%. We do our website, some B2B sales, we do some eBay sales, uh, but selling on Amazon is so much easier and so much natural for us that we don't want to use that energy. I mean, if we want, we can make other marketplaces about 10% of Amazon, but that will take 50% of my bandwidth, 50% of my organization energies. It is just ease. The ease of selling on Amazon is easier than other marketplaces. So rather than using all my resource to just get, but if I apply the same energy to expand in Amazon, it's easier for me to expand more with less, right? So that's why I am focusing more on Amazon. And also there are no similar marketplaces like Amazon, right? I mean, in terms of size and opportunity.
Right, right. You mentioned about technology, and I think the point that I took from it, like it was, I was imagining it, that if something is at the core of your success, that is how you use technology so effectively. Being software engineers, that was so like a second nature to you guys. But you have done a marvelous job over there. So digital transformation, I would say the transformation your company went through is exemplary, and that is exactly what our audience are getting interested in, and they are even asking that what kind of software are you using? It's all built in, or it's a third party? If you would like to share that for marketing or sales dashboard. Um, and another question I think attached to that, let me piggyback it, and that is that um, can other businesses access or use your software in their businesses?
Okay. So number one, I mean, we are not using anything too crazy. We are using MySQL and Java, and we are using Amazon Web Services to host it. Primarily, these are the core technologies we use. And our software, I mean, again, we try to solve every single problem with software. So Java is good for enterprise level software. So so it helped. And also that was the language we knew well, because my brother knows almost every language, but I was good at Java at that time. So so I made him pick Java. But yeah, I think other languages can be used, but my preference was Java at that time. And MySQL is, so both are open source and free, so you don't get into the licensing trouble when you use them. And Amazon Web Services is very easy to use. It's very easy to scale, especially, right? We never have to worry about our infrastructure when we were using Amazon, because even no matter how much we have to scale, we were able to scale without wasting any time. So that helped us a lot. And your other question, no, it's a closed software, it's a proprietary software, it's our core strength, right? So uh, so it has like few, maybe more than 1,000 screen potentially, right? So just imagine how much functions it has internally. uh, so it is a complex software, but it is extremely good software that we use for, imagine like uh, we have a graphics team and we have a content team and we have many teams, and the only core user of this software is about 25 people from the sales side, and they can manage about 20 to 30 people can manage about 5,000 SKUs and all this sale in all these countries and markets by just using that software. Because if we don't have the software, we need maybe 10 times more resources to get the same job done in a very inefficient manner. So the software is a key, and I don't think there is a software like this anywhere close to this exist in the market. I mean, people have many softwares. I have seen every single software in a demo mode and tried it out to see if we are missing a feature in our software, but I couldn't find anything close to what we have.
Wonderful. Interesting. So related to your software, then people are asking that roughly how much have you spent so far on it?
Not much, not much. I mean, in the early age, most of the software is written by Adnan, but you cannot measure his he's I said super programmer. I haven't seen a programmer of his caliber all my life. Even anyone was not close to him, based on the top developers I worked in Bank of America and other companies. And everyone used to say when we were working in those companies that there is no match for him. But 80% of the 90% of the software, early core software, was written by him, and only there were even 6 or 7 developers, but their contribution was less than 10% that time. But now last year or so, we are trying to relieve him because he's doing too many other things as well for the company, like supply chain and many other departments he's handling. So to relieve him, we now building our technology team, but our technology team is small, it's not that big, it's about less than 20 people. So it's not a huge team, and it's all in Pakistan, so they are not very expensive either. So the software does not cost a lot. It's just the effort and the skills that you need to build it.
If may I ask you, Jabran, I think Adnan is here. Would you like Adnan to say a few words?
I don't know. Adnan, do you?
The genius behind all the technology.
Yes.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We cannot see you, but we can hear you. Yes.
Let us.
So I think Jabran is saying too many words about me, right? Like any software engineer, right? We try to solve problem with technology, right? And if you have passion to solve any problem with technology, right? Even the problem is not suited to be solved by technology, you really want to solve the technology. That is much more fun too. And that was my inspiration, right? So Jabran wants to do business, right? He wants to do business decisions and stuff. And I want to solve technology, problem with technology. So that's how I start building this, right? We call it Cosmos, just give you a little bit of history on that. So I'm sure you guys like sci-fi, right, and space stuff. You guys must have seen that show, right? From I think that some guy called Taran, the Cosmos Space-Time Odyssey, something like that. So I was watching that show, right, and I started and then came to me that why don't we write? And before that, we had some jobs We just maybe if an order come from eBay, we ship through Amazon, right? During that time, there was no service like that. So it came to me like, oh, why don't I build a software? Let's call it Cosmos, right? Because I like that show so much, and start building it, right? And Cosmos is something which encompasses everything, right? Like everything is part of Cosmos.
You pick Cosmos from Carl Sagan's Cosmos.
Exactly.
Okay. Cool. Cool to know that. Now I'm going to ask you a question, both of you actually, a question that about Amazon. That did you meet Jeff Bezos in person?
No,
No,
we met
I think
we had meetings with head of FBA, but no, we don't have access to Jeff.
no,
Okay.
we are like the numbers looks big, but we are a very, very small part of Amazon. Like, Amazon is huge. Like that's like an ocean, right? And will maybe smaller than a river.
Okay. And I think people are also asking that if Amazon is not there, what would you do?
We'll be still in Bank of America, maybe doing what we were doing, enjoying our life, maybe more.
Yeah, like have a more happier life, I guess, right?
Okay. Okay. So two more questions, I think, in the queue. One is that related to, you mentioned your plans about machine manufacturing in Pakistan. So
Yes.
there are expertise across open, even in Open Global, we know there are many, experts sitting across North America. We have a lot of expertise, and maybe if you guys are open for collaboration, there are opportunities. So are you open for any collaboration in machine manufacturing?
Certainly, it's this area I really want to expand. So for machine manufacturing, let me give you a few more points. So it used to be very difficult, but now we have CNC machines, we have lathe machines, we have this advanced technology. Now you can design the molds and the pieces, and then you can let CNC do their job and make one of the most complex pieces of the machinery, right? It used to be a lot difficult in earlier days. So because of the advancement in technology, you can now make more complex machinery more easily. So what we are trying to accomplish is we're gonna build a big space, and we are gonna acquire every different kind of CNC machine, every different kind of lathe machine, metal turning machine, mold making machine, plastic mold making machines, raw mold, so we can make any new plastic product from it later on. And we have our own plastic injection mold machine. So we're gonna build an infrastructure, right? And then we can allow other people to take advantage of that infrastructure and build whatever they want with us if we want to. So, or they can come with us and be part of it. So for example, our own industry need a lot of spare parts and metal pieces that we buy at a very high price. So we can not only service our industry by using those parts, but we can also service other companies in Pakistan who are probably importing those parts overseas, or spending a lot of extra money because people are charging very, very high prices for those. If you have the right technology, you can build it at a much cheaper cost. So we are going to build we are planning to build a decent size infrastructure, and we already have a lot of machines in house or already either in transit. We have like a machine that can melt the metal. We have induction uh, uh, the one that melts the metal and make any molds or products. For casting, so we have complete set of machine. We are planning to acquire complete set of basic and advanced machinery in one roof, where you can make any parts for a machine.
That's wonderful. That's awesome. So you guys are at the top of Amazon. I would say the best sellers and top sellers. So what do you see at the horizon there? Where do you see the e-commerce in general and Amazon specifically in the next 2 years?
I mean, it's hard to say. It can probably pull back a little bit after COVID because people are too bored to sit at home, maybe. But in a long run, I think people are getting used to e-commerce, and there will be new ways to sell products either at e-commerce or different ways, but electronically. So so we see like there could be more innovations that can be done in this area. But actually, I'm also looking. Someone can come and beat Amazon too, right? I mean, Amazon is not unbeatable. So maybe because a lot of companies are trying and failing very miserably, but if someone have the right solution, they can disrupt that market at some time and come up. So there are theories that can be done that if there is investment in right people in the area. But a lot of things can happen. It's hard to predict. But right now there's only Amazon and no one else. So in US especially, I don't see much movement until someone else comes and disrupt it.
Wonderful. Yeah, I think that makes total sense. And of course, nothing is forever. No business is forever. But unless business keep on pivoting or keep on bringing fresh thoughts and fresh ideas to the changing world, of course, they stay valid. And another question that is coming, actually, it's a pretty interesting one, is that we see that Amazon, when a product gets popular, Amazon is also launching a similar product, and it's become very difficult to compete against Amazon. So did you face that challenge, and how did you handle that?
Already answered that. So when we start to face that challenge in 2018, we built our own competency, that we designed better products than Amazon, and we controlled our cost better than Amazon. So by doing that, we are competing with Amazon in every category and successfully competing in for most part. So we are managing it so far. And when we build it more, this infrastructure, it will be more easier for us in coming years.
Cool. So there are two things that people are experiencing, and it's repeating. It's like the whole list is getting loaded with this. And I'm not going to ask you that question, is that people are challenged with facing the negative comments, and they see coming from nowhere. And a lot of comments they were facing coming, a new company coming in, getting a lot of comments, the reviews.
Negative reviews, right?
Yeah, and then now they're seeing a lot of negative reviews affecting them. Maybe the strategy of fighting with competition is taking a turn. That's what the feel is. I think that's what I see.
I don't agree with that. Actually, we get a lot of reviews and we get some negative reviews as well. And sometimes the first review, we launch a product and the first review we get is negative. We launched a lot of products, but in my opinion, most of the reviews on Amazon are genuine, and it's very hard to manipulate Amazon. Actually, there are many sellers who got suspended on Amazon by manipulating reviews for themselves. One of the biggest reason we have in-house manufacturing is we want absolute control of quality. We want to make sure that every product is tested, not on an ISO standard, but on a customer standard, because what Walmart and other companies, people who were working with big brands, they have ISO certification and they have environmental certification, they have XYZ certification. But what about customers' preference, right? So the review created a new world where you're actually designing products for customer, not for ISO or some certification or something, right? Or not based on Walmart requirement. We are continuously redesigning our product. So let's say I get a negative review. I don't think this review is because someone is attacking my product. I take that review as a feedback and I check my product. And most of the times I find those flaws in my product and I keep improving it. That's one of the core reasons that helped us, that every product that we sell, we continuously improve them, and we did a lot of research. Every time we get a negative feedback, we have a very strong cycle of customer reviews, negative reviews, and then we take action. We redesign our product, change it maybe, or fix it. But we were able to fix it when we launched, when there was less competition. Now, if you have less perfect product, it will not survive in the competition, because by the time you will fix it, it will cost you a lot of money. So you really want to make sure whatever you're selling on Amazon is absolutely top of the line quality, and it has no quality issues whatsoever.
I think that's a, very, I would say, um, uh, responsible answer in terms of that take the reviews positively. Don't take them negatively, because reviews
Absolutely.
give you the opportunity to improve. Right.
Right.
That's I think that's a good learning. So the next question I see is, I think people are getting their accounts getting suspended. So they are saying, how many times did your account got suspended, or how did you come out of that when that happened?
I mean, Amazon, there was a time, as I said, Amazon was suspending some accounts for no reason. For example, let's say Amazon find that there is one review on your account and that is done by a customer who was not a genuine customer, right? And but that customer purchased 10 genuine products and then put 10 fake reviews, right? Let's put it this way, right? So maybe by chance they buy your product as a genuine product to show that it is a legitimate customer, and then the other 10 products, so Amazon may suspend you because of that. You have done nothing wrong, you have no involvement in it. So every big seller got suspended in this last 10 year at least one or two times. We also experienced similar, but when we reached out to Amazon and we asked them, tell us what we did wrong, and they had no answer, so they fixed it. It disrupted us, but there are many people who are trying to manipulate the market even today, and Amazon knows it. Amazon eventually finds out, and they suspend them. That's why a lot of sellers, what they find a strategy that they make so many different small accounts, and then they try to get fake reviews and then try to sell it. And we will never make a big company if we are ever getting a fake reviews, right? Otherwise, how we can't risk the whole business. Otherwise, we will make 20 small accounts and get fake reviews. And if we get suspended on one of them, because we were doing honest business all these years, we know that haven't done anything wrong. So it was a safer route for us. But many people who teach selling, they teach you to get fake reviews. And I think if you ever want to do that, I would say don't sell on Amazon, because let's say you don't get caught today, and when you are importing 10 containers in transit and Amazon suspend you, you lose all your money even after a year or 2 year, or when you really have invested a lot in your business. So I will certainly recommend people not to use wrong or unethical tricks. It's going to hurt you definitely at some point.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Absolutely. I think fair play is the norm of the game on Amazon. Okay, so there are multiple requests. People want to talk to you about some kind of collaboration, some kind of manufacturing collaboration, some kind of service they want to give it to you, or some wants mentorship from you, right? So what would you say to that?
I mean, I have started. I mean, there are at least like 40 people who report directly to me in my company. I not only look after the production, all the HODs of production in different departments, but also all the sales teams and accounts and finance. And so my plate is full. I mean, I'm sorry I cannot help somebody in mentorship. And if any want to offer services, especially related to manufacturing, they are more than welcome to visit our factory and introduce themselves to our team, and we will be, if anything is possible, we work. But our style of working is that we make everything in-house. So if there is an opportunity within that domain, I mean, people are welcome to work with us, but we have a very high standard of quality. So we don't risk making our product outside because the nature that, I mean, one mistake can hurt our product that we built in a many years, right? So we cannot risk that at all.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think people are waiting for, and they're excited. There are many participants here that are from Pakistan or somehow related to Pakistan, and the news that Amazon is coming to Pakistan. How do you see this? What kind of opportunity for Pakistanis and for the businesses in Pakistan, or for the diaspora out in Pakistan? What do you see there? What kind of opportunity is this event going to bring to Pakistan, that Amazon is coming to Pakistan?
Okay, so if people have noticed that you can buy something on Amazon, it takes 2 weeks to come from China, right? From those Chinese sellers, and you're probably mostly, they are in accessory business. You're buying iPhone cables and you order something and they come from China. They are like $2, $3, very low shipping cost, very low cost of the product. So this is similar to that, right? So you're sitting in Pakistan, you can open an account on Amazon, and then eventually you can list your products on Amazon. So let's say a clothing brand in Amazon, they have very nice and fancy design that interest Pakistani customers. So maybe they can list it on their products on Amazon. And then eventually, if the order comes, they can ship it via DHL using longer shipping time. So it is suitable for those kind of business. But for the regular business, it's going to be still the same. And that is open now, not only for USA, but for all Amazon marketplaces, including Australia, UK, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Japan. So they have opportunity to list their products in all these markets, creating accounts from Pakistan.
Right. Okay, good, cool. So we are like 7 minutes away from our event getting, it's time getting over around 7:30. So I have taken almost all of the questions with you. I don't see more questions, and most of our like very similar questions. Oh, there's one more. Oh, from Pakistan. Oh, they're all of a sudden they're starting to come. If we, are you okay if we go a little bit over time, Adnan, Jabran?
That's fine. We can take few more questions.
Okay, so I think the questions are coming that how about your thoughts of training companies related to Amazon in Pakistan?
I mean, they're doing good job. They're creating virtual assistants, and I think that's the place to start. I think before investing your own money, I think one should just do like learn the business by providing services to other companies. That's the best way. And once you get mature in it, once you get to know more about it, then maybe it's a good idea to get into the business. So these companies are training people to become virtual assistants. And that they're doing great service to the country.
Yeah, yeah. I think some of them are in the meeting today. I think you are right. Okay, so about the warehousing and your fulfillment side, you mentioned about fulfillment and all that, and you created that efficiency in that area, logistics and fulfillment both. So people are asking that, is there any percentage of fulfillment you do using FBA versus FBM, which is fulfillment by merchant?
We do small portion, but so far we are not doing in a huge volume. We are doing in a smaller volumes. That needs a very big undertaking. That's a very fulfillment for small products is a very engaging business. Pick and pack, right? And it needs special skills. So we are not doing it, but we are considering this for future.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. So Jabran and Adnan, you presented your presentation, your achievements in a very humble way. But what we believe is that you have done marvels in such a short span of time, and you guys have been tremendously professional and passionate and focused, and you achieved what hardly few could do that. So hats off to you. We are proud of you guys, and we say special thanks on behalf of Open Toronto to you that you guys decided to come forward, talk on our platform, which is Open Toronto. And thank you so very much. I think we can still continue, but I think the questions that are coming are redundant. So thank you so very much for joining us, and it's a pleasure to be with you, both of you today, Adnan and Jabran, both of you. Really appreciate that.
And thank you so much for sharing our story and providing us this opportunity.
Pleasure. And we see more such events, with more focused discussions and more panel discussions and all that. Some more discussions around e-commerce and Amazon and all that, and we'll be inviting you again.
Sure.
In our future events. I really appreciate once again. Thank you so very much, everyone who joined. We appreciate your time as well. And that is it for today. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.